I am inevitable.
Sci-fi life. No offense. 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 No offense.
Yeah, there we go.
No offense.
We almost live.
No offense.
Yo, Reflex Radio, you know the vibes. My name is Joe Parker. This is No Offense. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. Usually I used to usually my show No Offense, we used to do a lot of music review, which is why the name is No Offense, because a lot of people get butthurt about their music. But what I'm gonna do is I wanna switch it a little bit, and I wanna really give more interviews to y'all, because y'all come here for the interviews, and I want to shed light on a lot of people that do, entrepreneurs, all type of business owners, things like that, like myself. So I happen to link up with my guy Mike. How can I introduce you? See, I know a little bit about what I've seen. I see sneakerhead. I see a basketball enthusiast.
Yes, sir.
I see somebody that's into fashion. Hence the Solepack. But for the people that don't know you, what do you go by? Do you just go by Mike? Like how?
Yeah, man, straight up Mike,
Mhm.
founder of Solepack. We, like you said, it's a mixture of all those things. Sneakers, basketball first.
Yeah.
Sneakers, a little bit of fashion, a little bit of that, but always fundamentally functional. At best. So
Nah, I
thank you
hear
for
that.
having us, brother.
No, definitely, bro. Because for one, I'm a sneakerhead myself, I'm a fashion guy myself. So when I see certain things like this, I'm like, yo, that compliment to fit like crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that go together nice. I see what the design is. I'm gonna let you explain it to them when we get there. But like tell the people where you from though. Like, are you from the island, or did you move? Like, what's your backstory?
Yeah, pretty much. I was born in Brooklyn, but my family already had a crib out here in Staten Island. So pretty much raised my whole life in pretty much the Grasmere area. I'm
Okay.
in Dongan Hills right now. So
No, you a lifer, bro.
yes, sir. I live right down the block from the UTL, so that's why I'm always a local with the UTL fan.
Makes sense. Shout out
So,
UTL. Shout out my guy. Yes, my guy. And is my guy, man. Me and him, know each other since we like teenagers and shit. Yeah, bro. It's crazy. That's my guy, bro. If you don't mind me asking, what's your ethnicity?
I am Filipino American, man. So
yeah, no,
we come, that immigrant background of trying to come here, family trying to create a better life for you, and you try to fit in. It's a constant trying to keep up with the traditions, but at the same time trying to fit in with America.
You know what's crazy too, like as from what I see, because I'm part Asian as well. My father's Japanese, as I was telling you before we got on air, whatever. But I see that one of the most supportive in that ethnic background happens to be Filipino. Like for anything y'all do, y'all pop out. Boxing, y'all are there. You know what I'm saying? Any kind of sport, y'all show up. Like you support each other. It seems like a very strong culture and shit like that. Which I feel like I don't get enough light on.
Not yet, man. I think pretty much on the rise. I think is what is happening lately from fashion to what do you call it, to food, to eatery. It's a nonstop growing a presence in all those arenas, which I'm super proud to be part of, man. When you're in the mix, it's like you don't know what's going on. You're just trying to create your own lane, then you start seeing and paying attention a little bit more, and it's like, wow, all right, everyone's on the rise there, and just proud to be part of that movement, man.
That's crazy. And like you said, food, right? So what I'm a foodie. What's
Me
like
too,
some?
Man, that's my problem.
There you go. So what's some of the like the Filipino restaurants that we don't know about? Because we know from here, we from New York. We know pizzerias. We know Chinese food. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Fast food and shit. Like what's some of the good? I know y'all home cook based too. Like a lot of people, the Filipinos that I know, everything is from home. You know what I'm saying? Like the authentic. But where's like a spot? Like if I wanted to really get into your culture, where's a spot I could go to and try to get the food and figure out what's going on?
Just straight up here, I just picked up my daughter's birthday was last a few days ago. We picked up a party tray over at shout out to Lila.
Happy birthday.
But there's a Filipino restaurant right on Tompkins there called Cuisina. So
Tompkins and what?
Tompkins, right by the post office, not the one right
near
on.
Highland, like
Yeah,
couple-
Highland and Tompkins right there. Yeah, so
It's a little small spot,
little
right?
Small spot.
That's Filipino food there.
There's a Filipino spot, and there's the Filipino Philam grocery. So start off the grocery, you know, one of those things you grow up going to, picking up all your staples as a kid growing up, and
Around
they
the block
spot it
from
up.
the old Walgreens. That's the new
Yes,
whatever.
sir. Yes, sir. Whatever that
See,
food,
I always looked at that spot. I'm like, I wonder what spot. Now I know it's Filipino
yeah,
food.
straight up, man. Good quality stuff. You know, got great write ups, and but the other spots, you know, of course, shout out to our Queens folks. You know, Woodside everywhere there.
Salute.
Yeah, man. So
Now,
a lot of things going on in Queens. But we hold it down here.
question now. I don't know if how you say it, if you pronounce it the right way. Is it balut?
Balut, yeah, balut.
Well, you ate
You're
that.
right. Yeah, man. Turn on to like Anthony Bourdain episode, man. You'll see it. For those that don't know, it's
Tell the
it's
people.
that little duck egg. You hold it up to the light, and you know it's one of those. It's unhatched egg, pretty much has little duck embryo in there. When
that's like a real duck, though.
Cheers,
like
man. You drink this out of there. Pretty much looks like this. You're drinking it.
What does that taste like, though? People say it's delicious. Once you get past, like, what did you actually eat?
I think it's like a sweet, almost soup that comes out of there, man. You know, when you're a kid, I'm like, all right, throw a little salt on there, you throw it down. But when I got older, I'm like, what's in there? Hell no.
But you actually you just eat the embryo? Like,
there's like a yolk. There's like a nice rich yolk in there, which tastes dope, man. And the soup
the
a little
bird,
bit,
though?
but they do. But you know, I did maybe one time. After a while, it's like, all right, man, that's enough. No need to venture further, man.
That's one thing I'm into too. Like I like a lot of well, I watch Gordon Ramsay. I watch everything, bro. Like so, I like to see. I like to see what's cooked here, but I also like what's his name, Bizarre Foods, right?
Yeah.
And he'll eat anything, which is a little too wild for me. Like he's
like stuff they're fermenting in the ground or
he
something.
Eats
I'm like,
animal dicks. I'd be like, I'd be like, whoa, but he don't care. But
it still looks like it.
Yeah, nah, I know that's the crazy part. But I seen him eat that, which was no problem for him. He chowed right down. But I'm like, yo, that looks interesting, and I'm always down to try pretty much any food at least one time, twice to make sure I don't like the food. But now that's fine though. Salute for you know your culture, everything like that. It's big.
Appreciate you. Thank
Not
you.
for nothing. Filipinos being in the basketball world too, and the fashion world. Y'all definitely been killing it. But what made you want to be a business owner, entrepreneur? Like, what made you want to say that's what I'm into? Not be a consumer, but you know what I'm saying. My train of thought. I'm just fried today, but what made you not want to be the person buying? You want to be the one that's making the fashion for people.
Yeah, I always had that calling, man. Right, to be your own boss, kind of thing, and just to follow your own lane. It's never about, you know, trying to do what other folks are doing. And you know, of course, you know, I'm a physical therapist by trade, so I was always working for, you know, hospitals and whatnot. And we did have like a family practice that we worked out of, which was dope, man. It's like, you know, you're working for yourself, you're working for your communities that you build, and from that, you know, I just carried that over to. I always had a calling to you know, form Solepack, and I just really connected with the movements. It's pretty much an expression of myself growing up in the 90s, right? From streetwear, hip hop, street ball to you know, all the sneaker head aspect of things, and traveling, of course. So it's pretty much an expression of that, and I wanted to just kind of present that to the world, and you know, here we are. It's always about commitment, dedication, and just expression. It's a part of my essential being. So it's not like work. It's just expression, man.
Yeah. So you was the guy with the scrubs with the fly kicks on those.
That's right, man.
Yo, there's always one. It's like I see the scrubs. Everybody got on the Crocs, but I see you got some fire on the feet though. No, that's tough. So as a design, like you designed everything.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much. So
I would never consider myself a designer. That's one of those things, man. It's like I look, I examine, I observe, you know, and then you bring that to life. It's kind of just pulling from elements, and again, I'm sure that's what a lot of people say. I'm not a designer. What I didn't come from a traditional fashion.
But this is you. This is your thoughts in reality right here.
For sure.
That's what's up. Now, as somebody that's done that, like, what's some of the influences? Like, what's some of the designers maybe you look up to, or athletes that made you want to, you know, make something in that market?
Oh, it's tremendous, right? It's, you know, like I said, being, you know, a child of the 90s, a lot of, you know, the bag itself is, you know, I used to always have this homie that rocked a, you know, a 555 soul bag out. Like, oh shit, all right.
So I remember that shit.
Yeah, we had all these, you know, I grew up in that time where people like new friends that were just starting that business, handing out t-shirts, like, oh shit, this is dope, man. And that, and just, you know, anyone that's on that path to creating, their imprint in the world.
Yeah.
So some people around that time that I actually had like certain ties to, like Dao Yi from public school. He went to NYU. I still always see him around, play ball with him.
Okay.
John Buscemi from whatever, Gourmet, everywhere, all his imprints, man. So family friends that were close with him, and just rubbing shoulders with these guys at the
definitely.
time. And you're like, what are they doing? I'm like, yeah, good luck to them.
Mhm.
They're doing that crazy shit.
Yeah.
And I got my career, yeah, whatever, man. But just watching, mad respect to what they're creating at the time. And when you look back on it, I'm like, yo, that's what's up. And
Yeah.
it's just, for me, to get that influence from what they were doing. And even Jeff Staple, man, I have stories of me going up into his crib when he was first starting out, like, who's this guy selling t-shirts, man? Because it was all an NYU thing at the time. And it's just wild, man, just seeing what came to fruition of that hotbed of culture during the 90s around NYU. And I was like, just glad to be part of it.
I can see it's inspired by like 90s fashion a little bit. I can see the colors.
Yeah, man.
A lot of the ones I went through the website, I can see like a lot of different. It pops like when you look at it. Like I could see it. I'm like, oh, that's fire. That's Solepack.
Yes,
but like you said, what made you not want to do like the typical, like, I'm a t-shirt guy, or I make hats? Because I feel like that's the easiest lane to get into, even though it's like a step in the door and leads up to things like this. When you open that creative. But like, what made you not want to take the typical route?
Yeah, I think that was just the business acumen of things. You hear about what's the gray space, right? Where do you fill in to that? And that's my personality. Like when I'm playing on the basketball team, right? How do you fit in, man? It's like, all right, I'll be that mid-range guy. I'll kill it. I'll be that mid-range killer from everyone's shooting threes, everyone's shooting layups. I'll be that mid-range guy. So it's about plugging in what's missing in the market, or per se, or per whatever niche that you're in or universe that you're trying to contribute to. So for me, again, it was, I didn't want to make t-shirts. That wasn't something I was passionate about. But for me, traveling from, Shaolin to NYU every day and needing an extra pair of kicks, and there was no product on the market, I just started cutting and creating, and was just, fundamentally had no idea what I was doing. That's one thing I take from, a Nike book I read a long time ago. It's like the best thing about Nike at the time, that they had no idea what they're doing, so they just did it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck that. All right. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm gonna adopt that philosophy and just do what I think is best.
Hey, listen, I like the product. Like, now I actually get to see it in person, and I was wondering like how big is the bag? Like, it's a fire bag. It's a decent sized bag. You getting your kicks in it. Now, since you say you hoop, what's your team?
Man, I grew up a Knicks fan from the jump, man. Mark Jackson was my man.
Hey.
And Bernard King a little bit first, then he got hurt. Just for me, Mark Jackson was the epitome, a point guard. Growing up in New York and playing for the Garden, man, it's like there's nothing better than that. Rod Strick after that, but Steph after that. But of course, I gravitated towards the Nets a little bit with Kenny Anderson rolling up in there, and Drazen, DC days, man. That shit was, and tickets were like half price compared to the Garden, man. But shout out to my brother. Me and my brother used to go have one of these small season ticket packages to the Knicks, and I was in like 8th grade going in there, bomb squad, like it's fucking crazy, man. Crazy stuff, man.
Crazy from what, like,
stuff, man. But
did you ever think you'd see the Nets in Brooklyn? Back in the day?
No,
I was like, out of nowhere, right? Like that shit.
I was like, okay.
It took a minute too. Man, I was like, damn, they came in for a while. It was like, ugh. But then it's like now you get to see them really hooping. It's still,
but the perspective. It's like, all right, maybe 10, 20 years it'll be like, yo, it's a Brooklyn team. You don't even remember they're from Jersey at one point, man. So
you barely remember now. Like the fans. I say, well, you're a basketball. You're a fan though. Sure. So like these casual fans don't even really. You don't know that whole era where you thought Kid was gonna win one. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like the RJs.
Kid, man. Oof, man,
that was a good time. That was a good time.
You talk about getting everyone involved. Talk about making getting people paychecks, man. Kenyon, RJ, everyone.
Kenyon, that's a fact. All right, so you touched on the Solepack.
Yes, sir.
But break down what it is, like how, like the design. What is, you see? I see those. Obviously, for somebody that's not in the know, those are for the sneakers.
Yes, sir. You see the camo joint set on there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I first, like I said, I was commuting from Staten to New York every day. If you see these camo joints right here, this is what I patented. Again, I had no idea what I was doing. The internet was just popping off, but these are all detachable right here. So you can clip these onto any backpack, right? But so pretty much throughout the years, other products started coming, and we ended up doing a whole full backpack kit.
Yeah.
So the patent is for these joints right here. This is what we have like an NBA license for. So we got about like 16 NBA teams through the NBA lab. Shout out to our partners.
Well, you
there.
NBA license?
Yes, sir.
Whoa, you just how humbly you just said that shit. Nah, that's fire. That's fire.
Yeah, man. It was a blessing.
Yeah.
To get a stamp of approval like that it meant everything to me. It was like you're talking about getting into, we all have dreams of going to the NBA, right? So it's first for me getting to league was we got into Hoop magazine and Slam magazine.
Slam magazine, yeah, I remember that shit.
We got some credibility. Then the NBA lab came to there. We love what you're doing. It's a basketball centric product. You guys are doing something else that no one else is doing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. So we got like about 60 NBA teams that we're growing with, and we just continue to build in that arena.
What's a couple of players that got a Solepack right now that's rocking out?
Oh man, we sent a whole bunch out. I don't know.
You don't know who's rocking it, but they got it. What's out there?
Right. We sent to some Sixers recently. Shout out to our for the culture fan down there. They able to see some Sixers fans, and we sent a whole bunch out throughout the last 2 years. But we'll see what happens.
I mean, honestly, how could you, as an athlete or anybody that wants to like compress your what you're carrying, right? Like
your grails, man, put them right here.
You know what I'm saying? We were tired of shit and the laces in the nine, holding like all types of shit you can avoid. Now I see you got the ventilation system going on here, so you're not gonna unzip it and it smell like old kicks. Like you actually get air in there. Like that's fire. You designed this real well and shit.
Thank you. Yeah, we just did a event like for Art Basel down in Miami last week. We did a shout out to the Close Up 360 people. Our man Jamal at VGI. He put us on to PJ Tucker event. So we made sure they had those Miami Heat bags in store, and we were able to gift a lot of him as well as the influencers down there. So much respect to those guys. But yeah, we continue to just chisel, man. I was just telling this analogy today that I met with an NBA agent out in Brooklyn. And he's he had so much respect for what we were doing. I was like, we just continue to carve, at what we're doing. I had this general idea at first, and we just keep, chiseling away and chiseling away. And, I hope to see what's in my head, a fully carved sculpture, another few years. So, it's dedication, hustle, man. Just like, anyone who's dedicated to the craft, whether it's hoops, artists, whatnot, anyone, man.
Definitely. So we're, obviously, you gotta have a website or something. Where can somebody pick this up at?
Yes, please. www.thesolepack.com. You can, follow us on the IG at Solepack, SOLEPACK. And of course, we're with the Richmond Hood Company here in Staten. Man, they've been holding us down since day one. So shout out to Reek.
Definitely shout out to Reek. That's my guy, man. Now, What is somebody gonna look to pay for something like this? So they got an idea.
It's not crazy, man. Anywhere from like 100 to 120 for like a whole kit. A lot of our special collaborations are about anywhere in that 115 to 120 range. So
and the designs is crazy. You got a lot of designs.
Yeah, for the side, it's always the middle is always fundamental, right? We've been playing around with black. We got a few patterns on the way, but it's always about accessorizing for me, right? That's what I learned. My wife has taught me. Way back when, it's like you got the outfit right, but it's how you accessorize.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So our SP1s are the most differential product. And they come in different styles. NBA teams, different artists. We got leather products out there, man. And it's just about how do you accessorize the main bag, and it's been a blessing to keep creating around that concept.
It's funny you said that too, like because accessorizing, right? Because when I look at
shout out to my wife, Lynn.
Shout out to the wife. Shout out to the wife. What I look at, right? Like I'm in the mall sometimes, and I get killed by these bots all the time. I want to buy sneakers, I get destroyed by bots. Then I go to the mall, and then the individuals I see with the mall, and I'm like, you don't even like them shits, man. Like
you actually know the history.
Yeah,
about
like
shoes,
the
man.
fit doesn't say those. At the end of the day, it's like, damn, bro. But yeah, she's right though. Without the accessories, you just threw a bunch of shit on. You got to put it all together. You know what I'm saying? That's a good way to look at it. So now that we got that out the way, I want to play a couple of like little trivia games.
Yeah,
real quick. Let's have a little fun for the people listening. Michael Jordan or LeBron, and why?
Oh, Michael Jordan. No, hands down, man. He was killer. Certified killer from when he steps on the court, when he steps off the court, from in the locker room, when you're sleeping at night, he's out to get you, man. Like I said, man, growing up in the 90s, there's no other person that would slit your throat, man, and smile while he's doing it. And, nothing against that, man. Just that's just the way he's built.
Yeah.
Different person, man. Different being. And nothing against LeBron either, man. I have respect for him.
Okay.
Superb talent, but MJ
all day, right?
man.
MJ all day. Okay. You already said what you grew up a fan of, but all right, so let's switch it now. Today, Knicks or Nets, and why?
Oh man, yeah. Again, I love the Nets for just all right. They're great, but I'm still riding with the Knicks.
Home
for
team, that's the epitome of home
that's
team.
Where
right?
I would bleed. I think if you cut me, that's where I would bleed, man. And just
green,
I love
blue, blue, orange.
Yeah, again, our label is orange, man.
Yeah.
One of my biggest influences. I remember when Starter put out this black jacket with the orange on it. I was like, from day one, I was like, that's got to be the colors for something in my life coming up, man. The black and orange, man, for the Starter jackets. But yeah, I still, pulling for RJ. I'm pulling for everybody. They had a great start to the season, but a little rough right now. But
for the new year, actually, before we finish for the new year, I actually have 2 sports shows. My partner Rocco, he's up here with Out of Bounds, and then my guy T Tom and Breezy. Shout out to them. They actually have a podcast called Knicks vs Nets.
Oh, nice.
Which is they go back and forth every week. So what I want
current as well as post.
All they do is argue about that shit. But what I want to do is, I think for the new year, besides the bag I'm going to purchase 2 more bags in the new year time,
sweet.
and we'll do a couple raffles, and then let's get it out. Especially with you saying that you do have licensing with the NBA. It's not just the bag now.
Yes, sir.
It's a brand officially in sports. You know what I'm saying? Sir. So I actually want to.
Oh man, give me goosebumps here.
Yeah, now listen, you're doing it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to whatever we could do on this platform to help get that to another level.
Much love.
Eastern Conference or Western Conference, and why?
Oh man, now I mean that was always a Western Conference for the last whatever decade it seemed, man, because before it was heavy on the guard play. How do you get past Steph? How do you get past Dame? How do you get past Russ? How do you get past Harden? Previously, but I think it's coming a little bit apart now with if Milwaukee's coming out of the East a little bit and just adding a little with Giannis adding a little more competition to the West. I think it's most even now than it's been in a while.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. Jordans or Yeezys, and why?
I'm going Jordans,
right?
Just because of what that dude has meant for the game, for basketball, what he's meant for the sneaker culture, man. I think it's always Jay for me. I mean, Jordan's for me, man.
I'm not bad at that.
What about yourself, man? What is that for you?
I grew up in the 90s as well. I'm a Jordan kid, born and raised, but these days I find myself attached to my Yeezy because I'm into rarity.
Okay.
I want exclusives, and it's easier to get J's. And I don't want to walk in the mall and see 10, 15. Even though,
like you said, those kids what you doing, man?
But at the same time, Yeezys nowadays ain't what they were a year or two ago. True. So now I can walk in and see it's the same shit. So that's why I kind of I bounce back and forth. It depends on what. Top 5 kicks.
Top 5 kicks.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You can go with the number of Jordan. Don't have to be a certain colorway, but your top 5.
Gotcha. Yeah. For me, it's always the ones. It's going to be a lot of Jordans, man.
Yeah.
The ones are iconic. I rock 2s most of the time because
nobody ever says that.
Because for me, it was like I was a kid growing up, and there's this kid on a rival school wearing his 2s. I'm like, mother, this guy's wearing. Meanwhile, I was like, I couldn't ask my mom to pay. We had like Fava shoes, or we had like these bootleg Jordans at the time, or the lowest level Converse I was rocking. And so this guy wore low top 2s to our game. I was like, yo, this motherfucker right here, man.
Yo, low top 2s are a nasty work. I could never get into low top 2s.
Yeah, man,
there's 2 pairs of 2s I had. I still have the I forgot the colorway name, but it was the black and gray ones.
Right.
And then I have the red ones right now. Those are the ones I needed in my closet. I keep those there. I probably wear them once in the blue, but
gotcha.
2s that's a different sneaker to say. All right, so 1s and 2s.
Still the 3s for me. The cement 3s, man, is still clutch for me. 11s, I haven't really. I'm always stocking the 11s. I never really have it because I'm one of those guys that I didn't have too much of it in my younger years, and when time came, I always appreciate what they were. So I kind of just bought and rock them on shelves right now. And what else? I think one special pair, I guess, would be, I rocked, the public school 12s. I think they were.
There you go.
Yeah, man. Again, just for my respect for, for Dow, I don't. He doesn't probably even know this. I run across him during like we run in circles of bridge runners right now.
Yeah.
Just for what he's meant, I've always observed what he was doing, working for the Sean John line and just creating that lane for Asian Americans in the fashion world. And so, and he started putting out all these Jordan stuff, and it just meant a lot to me. So I copped a pair.
That's
of
what's
those.
up. Nah, that's crazy. All right. Normally on my shows we play Fuck, Marry, Kill, but we're gonna switch it up today. We're gonna call it Hire, Trade, Fire, and I'm gonna give you athletes. So who you would hire, who you would trade, who you would fire. We do something a little different today. KD, LeBron, Jason Tatum. Hire, fire, or trade.
Hire, fire, or trade.
You're building a team with all these questions. These next few questions.
Yeah, my man is KD, man. It's basketball runs through that dude. Not that it doesn't run through LeBron, but LeBron's like preoccupied, it seems. So I'm gonna hire KD, man, because even the Achilles tear can't hold him down, man.
Okay.
I'm hiring him. I'm gonna fire Tatum, man.
Thank God.
I don't know.
That's what I say, bro.
Young, man. Only fact he's still young. You get all these knocks on him now, whether or not they're truthful or not. That he's just trying to create for himself, and got to build more with that team structure. But LeBron got some good trade value, so we'll build around KD and some young bucks around KD.
All right. Next, we're gonna go with Harden, Book, and Damian Lillard.
Harden, Book, and Damian Lillard. Oh man. I'm gonna hire a Book. He's on his way up, man.
Yeah, okay, not mad at that.
Yep. I'm gonna fire Harden, man. No offense, man, but he hasn't been staying on the court long enough for me.
Harden's out of here.
His hamstring's getting pulled during the playoffs every time, man. And I think Dame got good trade value. Man.
All right. Kyrie, CP3, and Steph.
Man. I'm definitely hiring Steph.
You got that guy.
Never.
How do you not?
That guy never stops losing trade value, man.
Okay.
So what is it? CP3 and who else?
Kyrie.
Oh man, sorry Kyrie. I'm cutting Kyrie.
Kyrie's fired.
Yeah, man. I love Kyrie, but it's
CP is hooping like he doesn't slow down. He's like he's getting better.
It's insane, man. And I always think about what could have happened if he joined forces with Kobe, right?
It would have been crazy.
In this day and age, every trade's happening. Like I don't why they stop that trade, man.
Nah, that's real.
Yeah.
All right, last one. Giannis, Jokic, and AD.
Oh man,
it's a difficult one. I kind of set that up for that one.
Yeah, I'm Giannis, man. I'm sticking with Giannis.
That's
to hire, man. It's you don't think I didn't think he knew how to play basketball yet, and he's winning the championship MVP, man. He's a
good. He seems like a good person too. Like that's his character.
Just watching his person.
Yeah, he's a young
he's got
guy.
The Oreos out there, man.
I watched him at AEW event, just living life. Like he looks like
good people, man. I love it. That's what I love. Most definitely hiring him. Who else? I'm gonna fire AD, man. I've had this conversation.
AD's fired.
Yeah, man. I've had. Oh, I'm gonna. Who's the other two?
Jokic.
Jokic. Yeah. I'm firing. I'm trading for. I'm firing AD, man. But I've had this conversation over several times that he just hasn't lived up to his weight of things. Argue me if we're wrong, right? They named him top 75, but he's as a 27-year-old player on the Lakers right now. I feel that he should be calling for the ball. Let LeBron take that backseat. Dominate, man. Go take as many shots as he can. Right? I think that's should be his team. If I was that had that mama mentality on the Lakers right now as a 27-year-old man. But I don't know. What do you think, man? AD is your
AD. So usually I go through this with my bros a lot. We always talk about the whole chip argument, and he is a champion. He's a champion. Yeah. So that is a factor in my opinion. And what I've seen him do when he's on, he's on.
He's crazy.
But
that's
also
he's crazy.
what I've seen Jokic do, and it's kind of. But again, the pressure's not on Jokic like it is on AD. You're playing in LeBron's shadow, like you have to be his number two. Like
definitely so there's a lot complexity.
Yeah, so I feel like, but you are right though. There's times that a lot of them lack that killer instinct. They all do. LeBron, that's one of his biggest.
Yeah, exactly right.
But I'm not mad at
it's the right basketball play. That's the whole.
No, I'm not mad at that. All right, so who's your pick out of the East and the West, and who you think is going to win it all?
East. Oh man, I got to go back to. I'm going back to Milwaukee. Yeah, I'm never counting the champion out, but I'm going for. I'm going to see how what do you call it does Milwaukee. All the Nets fans, I thought you at least liked the Nets.
Yeah.
I just think they don't have enough. Too many injuries going on right now. Too many uncertainties going on, man. But I think I'm going for Phoenix coming out of the West again, man. Phoenix or I'll pick one. I'll take Phoenix. But
And who's taking it?
Golden State, man, is tough right now. If
Bro.
they have so many things going, they're firing away, man. But I don't know. I think Phoenix is a little bit more focused from coming off that bad taste in their mouth last year, man. So
now, before I go to the next question, who'd you pick to take it?
I'll go to Phoenix, man.
Phoenix winning it all this year? Okay. Now
I'll take the backlash for that, man.
you might be
I'm
right.
calling the Knicks. The Knicks all the way this year. Knicks in 7.
Now, question. Is Steph the best shooter you've ever seen?
Yes, sir.
Without a question, right?
Yes, sir, man.
It's
I've
scary.
seen that. It's insane, man. Right? Again, growing up in the 90s, you see, Ray Allen, you see Reggie Miller,
and all that, yep.
you see Del Curry, you see, Paul Pierce, not Paul Pierce, Ricky Pierce. You see all these OG, Dale Ellis, all these OG shooters, even Larry Bird, man. But it's, Steph has that. I don't, man. It's it's insane. It's like he was born to connect with that rim and splash from half court, splash from the fucking
and he's
rafters.
He's not slouching the paint. He's gonna mix you up. He's gonna get there. He's gonna score.
Man.
So it's not like he's just a shooter.
I think that's the undeniable thing is his motor, right? He's moving constantly to get open shots. He's not just shooting off the dribble. He's not just shooting catch and shoot. He's creating. He's taking layups. He's catch and shoot. He's doing everything. He's a mixed bag shooter, which is crazy. So it's another level, man.
All right, and last question. I asked this to a lot of people, and if CP wins a chip this year, is he going down as possibly the best point guard to ever play the game at this point?
Oh, geez, I would. I have nothing but that dude is pure, point guard, right? He bleeds what a point guard should be. I think people get have knocks on him for whatever personality here and there, but I put him up top 1, 2. Who else would be the top? That's pure point guard, right? Where are you talking about?
I don't know who else I can put up there in terms of
like you talk Steph. I think he's more shooting than the pure point guard, right? It's
but like we say, pure.
That's
CP is trying to pass the ball.
Yeah,
Steph is shooting it from the bleachers. It doesn't even make it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like
I would, man.
You'd have to, right?
Yeah.
That's all he's lacking.
It's hard. Then you get the generational. I can't even imagine. Talk about the Bob Cousy days. The Celtics. 11 straight. It's tough, right? But CP definitely, man. He makes a difference. He's a game changer, man. So I love his game, man. It's a mid-range killer, man. He's takes people off the dribble. It's insane.
Listen, before we get out of here,
yes, sir.
Any shout outs you want to do? Please do so.
Yeah, I just want to shout out all our local communities, man. I think what gets lost in everything is when things get busy, crazy, hectic, is you forget your roots a little bit. So I just shout out to all our local organizations that been put on for me from from again the Staten Island Filipino community, the CPOC group that I grew up playing basketball in, from like we talk about Richmond Hood, the UTL, everyone that gives us a little bit of shine that helps me carve what I was talking about a little earlier, man. Yeah. Shout out to my man Samir out on the West Coast that helps us on the west side of things. And my man, Willard down in Memphis, that's holding us down with all our, Neil stuff. So, shout outs to everybody.
Definitely. One more time, drop your IG and where to find the Solepack.
Yes, sir. IG at Solepack, SOLEPACK, and our website, www.thesolepack.com. If you see right here, we blessed to work with another local Shaolin, family, Almighty. NYC, so check them out, man. That collaboration, we got an collaboration on the site with a pair of paint splatter shorts that goes with a backpack, man. So it's definitely ill stuff, and more love from our island, which I definitely appreciate it, man.
Hey, let me know what we can do to because obviously I own the boxing gym. Whatever I got to pay them, maybe get a collab going. Let me know.
For sure,
let's do that.
I think again, it's extra shoes, extra functionality is our road, man. So if you're passionate, if anyone's passionate about their craft, it's not just basketball. It's anyone dedicated and willing to commit themselves to a journey.
There we go. Mike,
yes, sir.
I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, man.
We out of here for this
appreciate
week.
You, man.
Yo, make sure you tune in YouTube. This is going to be on iTunes, Spotify, all that. Make sure you get a Solepack for my guy Mike. Follow him, do all that good shit. We out of here.